Welcome to the Voke Me YouTube channel.
Xiaomi produces a lot of phones under its core brand and its sub-brands Poco, Redmi, and Black Shark. That means there are a lot of great Xiaomi phones to choose from, but it can be hard to find the one that's right for you. In 2025, the company released a lot of high-end smartphones, including models that rival the best camera phones and models that boast performance specs that rival the best phones. 1. Xiaomi 14 Ultra. The Xiaomi 14 Ultra is one of the best camera phones we've tested. It's one of the best Xiaomi phones overall. The quad camera system developed by Leica is unrivaled, and the 1-inch sensor can handle low light and wide dynamic range like a pro. The phone's 32-megapixel front-facing camera is impressive, as is its video recording capabilities. But beyond the camera specs, the Xiaomi 14 Ultra is a powerful premium smartphone. First of all, it's protected by a high-strength aluminum frame, Xiaomi Shield Glass, and nanotech vegan leather, all of which combine to form the best-looking Xiaomi phone of all time. The aforementioned camera sensor is massive, but if you're happy to own a slightly unbalanced handset, that camera bump isn't a deal-breaker, or it shouldn't be. Under the hood, you'll find Qualcomm's top-of-the-line Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, along with 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of internal storage. The phone's battery is a long-lasting 5,000 mAh cell that can be charged at up to 90 watts. 2. Xiaomi 13T Pro. Despite replacing the Snapdragon chip in the regular Xiaomi 13 series with a MediaTek 9200 Plus alternative, the Xiaomi 13T handles games like a champ and can easily run popular games like Honkai Star Rail, Asphalt 9, etc. Combine that with the stunning AMOLED screen that delivers incredibly vivid images, and gaming on the 13T becomes a real pleasure and streaming is equally as good. The real star here, though, is the camera. The 13T Pro shows off the camera, which was co-designed by Xiaomi and Leica, and delivers incredibly detailed shots, even when compared to the likes of the Google Pixel 7 Pro. The photo editing software isn't as advanced as Google's, but from a capture quality standpoint alone, this phone is one of the best around. It's hard to give a clue here, but it's worth mentioning that I'm not a huge fan of the MIUI 14 Android skin, which can make navigating the phone a bit awkward. Still, it's worth keeping an eye on the brand in this regard. A replacement is coming soon in the form of HyperOS software, which promises a more fluid experience. Like many modern Androids, there's no headphone jack, so you'll need Bluetooth headphones to listen to audio. The Poco X6 Pro is a great value option that can compete with some of the best out there. A dedicated gaming phone aimed at pro mobile gamers, the Poco X6 Pro is powered by the Dimensity 8300 Ultra chipset, delivering lightning-fast load times and smooth performance in even the most demanding games. Of course, to live up to all that performance, you'll need a good display, and the Poco X6 Pro delivers. With a fantastic resolution, 1220 by 2712 pixels, and the unexpected but welcome addition of Dolby Vision, the 6.67-inch display is incredibly bright and clear. That means you'll be able to enjoy all your favorite movies, TV shows, and games in incredible detail, whether you're lounging on the couch or out in the sun. Unfortunately, the Poco X6 Pro's cameras are a bit lacking, with a 64-megapixel main, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, 2-megapixel macro rear camera, and a 16-megapixel front camera, so don't expect to take award-winning photos. But if you just want to snap some cute pet pics or selfies with your friends, it'll do just fine. In terms of juice, the Poco X6 Pro packs a massive 5,000 mAh battery and a super fast charger that can charge from 0 to 100% in less than 50 minutes, and depending on your usage, that battery can last for days. 4. Xiaomi 13 Pro, the Snapdragon 8. Gen 2 delivers fantastic performance, and the improved power efficiency and larger battery mean a significant improvement in battery life. The Leica camera is close to the best you'll find on any phone, and the 4 lenses on the 1-inch main camera deliver excellent results. But the massive new camera bump interrupts the otherwise sleek design, and the software experience remains a major source of frustration. This is true for all Xiaomi models. The fifth Xiaomi Black Shark 5 Pro is now a few years old, but with the Black Shark 6 still out, this 2022 handset is still the best Xiaomi gaming phone money can buy, if you can get your hands on it. The Black Shark 5 Pro offers fantastic performance specs for its price, and has been on par with the best gaming phones in terms of power for some time. Even in 2024, you'll be able to play top-tier games at the highest graphics settings without any issues, thanks to its Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor and 12 gigabytes of RAM. What further enhances your gaming experience is a set of pop-up physical triggers that you can assign functions to in-game. Trust me, these triggers make a huge difference, effectively turning your phone into an all-in-one gaming controller. 6. Xiaomi 14. As great as the Xiaomi 14 Ultra is, if you don't care too much about owning one of the best camera phones out there, the standard Xiaomi 14 is the better choice overall. It's considerably cheaper, offers similar performance specs, and has a more manageable design than its ultra-premium sibling. Sharing the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset with its premium sibling, the Xiaomi 14 is a compact powerhouse. The phone packs enough punch to handle demanding gaming and productivity tasks. That's because, like its predecessor, MIUI, HyperOS excels at performance management, with comprehensive power profiles that limit how much apps and services can demand from the phone's internals. However, even without performance mode turned on, the Xiaomi 14 holds its own against other top Android phones at the moment, including the Samsung Galaxy S24 and Asus Zenfone 11 Ultra, in our artificial benchmarks. In contrast, other flagships like the Pixel 8 Pro scored much weaker in compute and graphics tests. The Xiaomi 14 packs a larger 4,610 mAh battery than its predecessor, and its charging capabilities have also been bumped up to 90 watts wired and 50 watts wireless. 7. Xiaomi Redmi Note 13. Pro. The Redmi Note 13 Pro is an attractive mid-range smartphone. It does have some downgrades compared to its bigger sibling, the Redmi Note 13 Pro Plus. However, it also comes with a cheaper price tag. It has impressive specs like the Snapdragon 7S Gen 2 chip, 120Hz refresh rate AMOLED screen, and fast 67W charging. It also has a solid main camera, but the supporting cameras don't quite live up to the same standards. There's a lot to like about the Redmi Note 13 Pro, but it suffers from the usual Xiaomi software issues and has only been updated for 2 years. 8. Poco F6. The Poco F6 blurs the line between mid-range and high-end. The Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 SoC delivers excellent performance. The 120Hz OLED screen is super bright, and the edges are super slim. This Poco phone still lags behind its competitors when it comes to photo quality. But if performance is your top priority for gaming or everyday tasks, this is definitely one of the most powerful smartphones in its price range. The Poco F6 also benefits from Xiaomi's best-in-class update policy. You'll get 3 Android updates and 4 years of security updates. Simply put, for less than $500, the Poco 6's quality-price ratio is hard to beat. 9. Xiaomi 13. Lite. The design and build are nice, the frame is lightweight enough to last you all day, and the fast recharge means you don't have to worry about power. But this time around, the camera is a bit of a disappointment. This is where the previous 12 Lite had the upper hand. There are also build issues surrounding the curved edges of the display. Still, the performance and appeal are good enough to offer, and the camera quality is likely to improve with the software update. So if you want a lightweight mid-ranger with the latest specs and performance, the Xiaomi 13 Lite is a solid option. 10. Poco C65. If you're looking for a solid budget Xiaomi phone, there's no better choice than the Poco C65. This affordable little gem boasts an impressive camera, solid battery life, decent performance, one of the best builds we've seen on a budget device, and it feels incredibly high quality in the hand. One of the highlights of the Poco C65 is its impressive battery life. Even if you play for hours, you can easily get 24 hours without needing any additional power. And if you're just browsing, texting, and calling, it can last even longer. Unfortunately, the charging speed is a bit disappointing, taking around 2 hours and 30 minutes to reach 100%, which is a welcome relief. It doesn't support wireless charging either, but that's to be expected considering the price. The biggest surprise on the Poco C65 is its 50 megapixel main camera. It's certainly not going to change the world, but in our experience, it's one of the best cameras we've seen on such an affordable device, especially when shooting landscapes and buildings. The 2 megapixel macro camera is decent and can take pretty detailed shots, while the 8 megapixel selfie camera is more than enough to take some Instagram worthy shots of you and your friends. It's not great in low light, but it's pretty standard for a budget phone. The Poco C65 sports a 90 Hz 6.74-inch IPS LCD display with 600 nits of brightness. It's not the most impressive setup for tech-savvy people, but